You got the ring. Now what?
Hi, I'm Billy.
And this is Adrian.
Welcome to Magnolia Court Wedding Planning Podcast. This is episode 2. We're going to focus this episode on budgeting. We have a special guest with us today, very special guest, our daughter Maggie. How are you today, Maggie?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to do this with you guys.
It is our pleasure. So let's dive right in. Budgeting. Adrian, I'm assuming food and drink are probably foremost in the budgeting scheme of things.
Absolutely, it sure is. In fact, I want to let my listeners know that on our website, we do have some budgeting worksheets for you to work with that'll help you a lot. Let's start with food first. You have a choice here at Magnolia Court. You can hard cater if you want, but if you're trying to save a little bit of money, a lot of money really, you can prepare your own food. We have a kitchen with 2 stoves, 2 microwaves, a 3-door commercial refrigerator, big enough for you to prepare your food, prep your food, and then you can heat up your food there.
Yeah, strictly a prep kitchen. Mm-hmm. Right. What about drinks?
You can bring your own drinks in. We don't charge by the person like a lot of venues, so you can bring your own drinks in.
So it's really geared more for a do-it-yourselfer. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Maggie, as I recall, you and Ronnie took advantage of that concept, the do-it-yourself thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we started, we sat down with our parents to find out what our budget would be. And for us, it was $5,000. And Mom, how many people do we have at the wedding?
Right about 300.
It was a pretty good sized wedding. And we were able to stay under that budget. A big piece of that was doing our own food and alcohol. And we did that ahead of time with our family. A few days ahead of time, we all sat down together and cooked together. My brother is a really good chef. He was a chef in the Marines, and Mom and I think that we're really good cooks as well.
We are very good cooks, and it was fun.
I'll attest to that.
Yeah.
Remind me what we had for your wedding.
Yes, one of my favorite was the chicken Alfredo, and Zach was in charge of making that, and it was so good.
It was.
Seasoned really well.
It was.
We had jambalaya, which is kind of a staple at weddings in Louisiana. And that's a good way to feed a lot of people for just a little bit of money.
It's a good filler.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What else do we have, Mom?
Oh, we had some brisket. We cooked some brisket ahead of time and sliced it up thin, and we got some rolls so they could make sandwiches. And we also had made chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. And then we had the fruit and cheese, traditional kind of things as well.
Dips and chips.
Yeah.
So those are all prime examples of particular dishes that work well.
Yeah.
In a budget-minded sense.
Yeah. How much did that cost us, Mom?
We spent about $500 on food to feed 300 people.
That's pretty good.
Which is really good because now you're going to spend $14 to $17 a person if you're lucky to find that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very efficient.
And then we were talking about the alcohol as well. We did ourselves. So we had canned beer and wine, which we actually had box wine, if I'm not mistaken, right, Mom?
We had box wine. It's a little less expensive, and they have really good box wine. Mm-hmm. We also didn't get bottled water. We bought some cups and ice and bought gallons of water. Mm-hmm. We bought liters of Cokes instead of buying canned Coke because people have a tendency to have a drink or two, go dancing, and forget where they put it. So that saved us a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had servers, so we learned from Zach's wedding. At that wedding, we had family members cut the cake, replenish the food, serve the alcohol. That didn't work out so well.
It didn't work out so well because about 45 minutes into it, they wanted to be with family and dance and drink and party. It was worth spending the extra $300. We have service at Magnolia Court you can hire for $300, and they do everything. You don't have to take care of anything, bussing the tables, somebody spills. So that's well worth it. It's a good point to save on your budget, but there's certain things you need to spend money on, and service are very important. I tell my clients that all the time. Mm-hmm.
Of course, another aspect, I guess the next one you want to cover is decor. a very vital element of a wedding.
Absolutely. There's some venues that they do all the decorating and setting up, and you can go to a wedding there and there's different colors, different people, but you go to another wedding and it's different colors, different people, but it's set up the same. So it's not an individual thing per client. At Magnolia Court, we let you set up and decorate yourself, or you can hire decorators. So each place looks differently. And that's what we did, right, Maggie?
Yeah, we did. And we had family members. We went in the day before because at Magnolia Court, you can get the day before for a lesser price. And we spent the day decorating together. It was so much fun. Again, great memories, just like it was to prepare the food. And it fit our personalities. So that's really cool. I know, Mom, you've had some pretty unique decorating styles go on at Magnolia Court. Everybody looks completely different for every wedding.
Completely different. No two have a look alike in the 20 years, almost 20 years we've been in business. And I'm amazed every time I walk in, it just transforms. The place transforms. We give it to them with a clean palette. So they have a lot that they can do within their budget.
Yeah, so I guess everybody kind of lets their creative juices flow, and that way they end up putting their own personal stamp on the wedding.
Yeah, and even if they hire a decorator to do it, Mom has suggestions about some of her favorite decorators that she works with.
That's right.
And they're all really different. And then there's some that we don't know about that the clients might pick up as well. So a lot of range of options.
Yeah, we've seen some fantastic stuff over the
yeah.
years. A lot of it you can see on your Facebook page.
Our Facebook page has a lot of the photos. Yes, it sure does.
Let's talk about photographers. I know photography has changed a lot. You know, new technologies mean new approaches, new ways of doing things. Tell us a little bit about that, Adrian.
Photographers, I find, are very, very important. You have to be very comfortable with your photographer. Some people, they don't want a guy, they want a woman. That's up to you. We have a lot of vendors, photographer vendors that are listed. You can pick from one of our lists or you can pick your own, but you have to be comfortable. We have the bridal suite that they can take the photos in while they're getting ready, which is awesome. It's got a lot of light in there, natural lighting. So, yeah.
I love those pictures whenever you put them on Facebook of the bride and her family and the wedding party getting ready. They're just such special moments, really personal. It's nice that the photographers capture that for them.
A lot of candid, impromptu
Yeah, there's
stuff.
there's a really pretty one that's on Facebook of the flower girl looking at herself in the mirror, and the photographer got the shot in the mirror.
It's very nice. I
yes.
know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
And also keep in mind with photography, for your wedding, Maggie, didn't we have those little cameras on the table?
Yeah, we did. That was kind of popular 15 years ago back then. So we had those on all the tables so that the guests could take their own pictures, and then we had them developed and got to see parts of the wedding that we weren't involved in while we were busy doing the cake or taking pictures. And that was a lot of fun. We even had several, I was telling you about this the other day, we had several that you could tell were taken by small children, and they were up at an angle. That was really, really cute. Kind of get to see the wedding from the kids' eyes.
But now that's kind of obsolete. We
Yeah.
found that out. There's a new app called WedPix. It's free. And the bride can the couple, whoever can put it on their phone. And the guests can take photos like they would with a disposable camera, but do it with their regular camera and shoot those pictures to the bride. So you still get those without spending the money for the camera.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Not to mention the live video on Facebook and all these new, like I said, developing technologies and things on social media.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of live videos on Facebook at the weddings. I noticed that a lot.
And of course, that doesn't really affect your budget, not that stuff, but it's just another aspect of how everything's developing.
Another thing that we've been using at Magnolia Court, we have a guy that you can hire, and he has a drone.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it's really neat. And when you're getting married outdoors, he'll do the drone and take pictures from above. That is so awesome.
It's so cool.
And his prices are so reasonable. He really is really reasonable.
How far it's come. Another very important aspect, and it'd probably be higher on the list in some people's eyes, but your DJ, another critical element. to the wedding, and budgetary concern, not a concern, but something you really want
Consider.
to consider. Yeah.
Absolutely. A DJ is very important. They're broadcasters now. I mean, they'll handle making sure that the wedding dance is on time. They're very organized. Not all the DJs are created equal. I've said that before to my clients. It's an important part of your budget, but keep in mind you want a good wedding DJ, one that knows what they're doing and can run everything smoothly.
And they often provide the equipment for the actual ceremony a lot of times too. The wireless mics, and, more than just playing dance music at the reception, don't they?
That's right. That's right.
Maggie, I don't recall. Long time ago, I think I don't know. I think you had karaoke too.
Yes.
We had Janie and David Verisco
Right.
that did yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some funny, some funny episodes.
Great DJs.
as I recall.
Really.
We're not going to mention some folks. It was funny.
Luckily, we didn't have Facebook 15 years ago, and those videos are not on Facebook.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, those are what I guess what we feel are the critical things you should address when you're looking at your budget. We want to thank Maggie once again for helping us with this little episode.
Thank you, Maggie, for coming.
You're welcome. This
And
is fun.
That's right. Maggie helps us a lot in various aspects of running the business. And we hope to have her as a guest many more times.
We
as
sure
go.
will.
So thanks for joining us for this episode. I'm Billy.
And I'm Adrian.
And this has been brought to you by Magnolia Court, where...
Wedding dreams come true.
Thanks, guys.
Be sure to tune in to our next podcast. And if you have any questions or comments, please email me at magnoliacourt@cox.net. I'd love to hear from you.